took a night just for all of us to get high. I took a line from my bird to shine last night. Awake till 9 but he never seen my eyes. Hold me now, you better hold me now, just don't let me down. Hold me now, you better hold me now, just don't let me down. Spreading foil while we're drowning in a sea of lies. I'd rather say nothing than to pay me soul sacrifice. 24-20 the time, heavy of every rhyme, heavy I'm definitely blind. Only see gold in my sight, gently so gently I try, hoping invented some light. So evidently it's mine, you got to show 'em what's right, always got to ask 'em what's good. Fuck with those positive vibes, that's why I show you some love, that's why I give you the sight. I got love on my mind, yeah, and a whole load of that gangsta shit. And a soul you may find, yeah. The ozone's to my layers, bitch. And I got love on my mind, yeah. Whole load of that gangsta shit. And then a soul you may find, yeah. More problems than you came here with. And I hope you don't, yeah. Oh. Said I hope you don't, oh. And I hope you don't, oh. Said I hope you don't. Yo. Holy gin.
Taylor about the fucking flex.
Here comes the fear again. This white noise in my ear again. Yeah. My pride is sincere but thin. Smell blood on my shirt, far back, watch it all begin. Yeah. I'm often in thoughts of an apocalypse. Auction off what I bought for this. All that my worth is a worthless. You claim that I'm talking shit. Watch I posture, I pitched it with the same squad I roster with. Got time like I watch the rich. Only poor people watch the rich. Feed my people with a block of Swiss. See evil but don't watch the risk. Yeah, spit lethal injections, split beats with a weapon. You know there's no stopping this. You wouldn't lift your cock to piss. Wipe it with a claw, hope to God it isn't obvious. I like to have the thought that I'm coping with the cockiness. Future's there, my memory's the foggiest. Lucifer, prove a point like a lobbyist. The dodgiest, the esophagus, the biscuit is the soggiest. Dipping in quality, envisioning the jolliest, clipping the holy tree. It's only me, I'm fighting for peace. My temperament's fighting me. Survival has been imminent. Get on your boy, keep heading it. I've been putting pen in and it's evident. Give me the mic like a medicine. Give me the light like a medicine. Boys are down the streets, brighter than the beast. Hiding in the sheets, trying to find a bittersweet sensation. Put the line in the pit of me. Could well be the epitome of all this hating. All I hear's the same shit on the station. Don't hate to say that I don't rate them. There is no code that I'm not facing, whether or not to keep on creating. But amen, amen. Where do we start? Sleeping too much, not enough thinking. Words don't work, but they're leaving a mark, and I'm breaching bleeding hearts. I'm preaching the secrets, I know we believe this, but beating these demons is hard. I said beating these demons is hard. I'm a fiend if I'm leaving, if I am uneven, I'm seeing the dream of this art. It's a coping method in a chapel of sin. Crystal Methodist and Catholic kin. Blessed amphetamine with holy gin. 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 That holy, holy gin. That holy, holy gin. I need that holy, holy gin. That holy, holy gin. I need that holy, holy gin. That holy, holy gin. I need that holy, holy gin. That holy, holy gin. Yeah, yeah. See me when you see me, and you can be me when you be me, and you can be me when you be me. What's your addiction? Fact is a fiction. Pumping our lungs with a silent dismissive. Under the sun, I'm a son of the system. The one you're coexisting. Listen, I'm going hard just to make a better living. It's more a hindrance than a given. Bad habits I had to kick them. Never shortage of havoc as a kid. Now we see me man crying in the kitchen. I've been getting high to avoid the need to listen. Want you to know you made a warrior encrypted. In my mind, body, soul. I do this for me family. You can watch your back on me. And I hope you see the man in me. Since you made the man in me, now I'm feeling like a king when it's the man in me. But actually, where do I start? Sleeping too much, not enough thinking. Words don't work, but they're leaving a mark. And I'm preaching bleeding hearts. I'm preaching the secrets, I know we believe this, but beating these demons is hard. We said beating these demons is hard. I'm a fiend if I'm leaving, if I am uneven, I'm seeing the dream in his heart. It's a coping method in a chapel of sin. Crystal Methodist and Catholic kin. Blessed amphetamine with holy gin. 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 That holy, holy gin. That holy, holy gin. We need that holy, holy gin. That holy, holy gin. We need that holy, holy gin. That holy, holy gin. We need that holy, holy gin. That holy, holy gin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, barn out of it. Yup. Go straight into facts, yeah? Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. Hiding behind those fragile smiles. The world sees through timeless eyes. The earth beats and the sky's alive. This sky's that magnifies vibes. I magnify the mind. Through a triple lens, pay dividends at a third of the price. I don't need a prize, but it's like doubt that I've tried. I've been rapping since I was 9, but now little mouths with a mic wanna act like the fucking Christ, stuck knives with the crew behind. That's what you meant when you cut them a slice. Think I'm nice, but I'm pissed off. I'd rather that than be pissed on. To kill the game is a day job. No, I would rip a Phil's face off. Cause we're still at the day job, taking selfies with the face swaps, up and with the kings prepping takeoff. So let's play ball. All the talk about the best in the soil are just sorry facts. Said the Lawriii, said the right man, it's Lawriii Craic. I could spit a 16 in a blitzkrieg in a combination. Treat sick fiends like congregation. Conjure patients at concert stages. Lads are spitting for conservation. Can't serve hate and sponsor Satan. The love for everybody, but I don't make it blatant. Love won't help me make it to me first payment. Grabbed through the wood with my feet when I came in. Lads these days kick up shit on the way in. That's just the difference of our generation. I'm trying to give you what I'm generating. I haven't seen those clouds in a while. Lemon water and raindrops. I doubt the thought that I've died. Let me know when that pain stops. We've been running round, dubbing out the sound. Say nobody got love for me. We've been running round, dubbing out the sound. Say nobody got love for me. Hold that moment in the freeze. Ugly doors where the beauty sees. Granted that I could be Ulysses, but I picked the plant with the fruity leaves. Pick the petal green and ruby trees. Blast off through duty free. I share the dream that already knew he's seen. Slow it down on a bluey scene. Lawriii Craic on the new elite. Like Red the Future, Creo Rebel P. What a year that it has been for me. I spent time in Nugget, rocked out EP. Found love, lost a brother too. Took in shade like a mother goose. I'm not the same as those other dudes. You can round up those sucker troops. Don't make it sound when they're fucking you. I'm paying the price for a trouble you. The days are good, but the mill's the mill. The newer me is just the sooner you. The lunar's blue, the sun is indigo. Lost kids, trust the sons of indigo. Crosswinds of the public image, bro. Have you flown like the sinning in your soul? You've got to let it go. I say you've got to let it go. You've got to take control. Said you got to take control. You've got to let it go. You've got to let it go. Dubbing at the sound. Say nobody got love for me. I haven't seen those clouds in a while. lemon water and raindrops. I doubt the thought that I've died. Let me know when that pain stops. We've been running round, dubbing out the sound. Say nobody got love for me. We've been running round, dubbing out the sound. Say nobody got love for me. Whopper.
Ma pauvre muse,
Energy.
hélas, qu'as-tu donc ce matin?
Why do you wanna steal my life? Why do you wanna take my son? The devil's trying to steal my life. Trying to steal my life. My life. Yeah. Yo. Think it's manic for the panic. And wishes with no wisdom. Attachment to the attic. Sickness or a symptom. There's words in what we say, but they don't have no meaning in them. There's words in what we say, but they don't have no meaning in them. Is it teachers, teachers? Students, it is students. Lose yourself and lose it for the man to call you stupid. Workers for their mothers, earners for their learners. Blue scenes for the lookers and blue D for the starers. Who see what you're wearing? Who sees what the word is? It's hard for you to give it up and you don't know what a care is. But who could you care less? Solve it and solve it then. Since you never saw the meds and yo the drugs are all in. I swear to you solemnly, I'm Solomon, it's all on me. Hope it makes a change, you never seen the falling autumn leaves. You saw them sovereignty, commandeered our camaraderie. Coming here with a bar of cheers, I'm hoping you would start the peace. It's a hard to bear, it's a hard to breathe. It's a part of me, that's just a part of me. Hippies in grey tattered shorts partly creased. Black on grey trackies, yo, this is where it started, G. It's manic for the panic, and wishes with no wisdom. An attachment to the attic, and sickness or the symptom. There's words in what we say, but they don't have no meaning in them. There's words in what they say, but they don't have no meaning in them.
Ma pauvre muse, qu'as-tu donc ce matin?
Oh, why do you wanna steal my life? Why do you wanna take my son? The devil trying to steal my life. My life. Yo, it's a hard to bear, it's a hard to breathe. It's a part of me, that's just a part of me. Hippies in tattered shorts, partly creased. Black on grey trackies, it's where it started, G. I'm from the town where the brown water starts to see. Grey days in a grey maze. Took a train to a strange place. Took a road out the cage. The rat is out the rat race. It's Lawriii Craic for namesake. For keepsake or keep faith. I spent too long unable to see straight. Spending cheddar to feel great. Hanging on by a tether and featherweight. I pull strings like Geppetto while the mellow percolates. Yellow mellow purple taints. Push pedals and persevere through the fear. Who's the hardest? I bet he quaking his boots on my tape shakes. More confused than date rape. Lift the veil for the kiss of fate. Yeah. Manic for the panic. There we go, boys, there we go. BRE for the bang.
How are you?
Great, how are you?
You what?
Yeah, fantastic, absolutely.
How's things been going?
The gown's been good.
The gown's been
The gown's been good, the gown's been busy.
Yeah.
It's been productive.
What have you been up to?
Just making music,
Yeah.
making absolute bangers, belters, some heartfelt ones, some ballads, some more traditional Irish ones. Just making music, bro.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. It's
And
good.
how has all this been? All the COVID?
Walk in the park.
Yeah.
Another day in the life for me. Like, I don't get out of the house much anyway. And if I do, I'm genuinely by myself, up in the woods or out and about, just on the bike. So it hasn't really affected me as much as it's affected everyone else.
Yeah.
It's been daily though. Like, it's like I don't feel bad now for being locked in the house all day.
Right.
You know, whereas if I was spending
Yeah.
all day writing in the
have that
house,
excuse.
I'd feel guilty.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I need to get out and do something. But no, it's been lovely. Like just waking up and being able to go write music and not have any sense of guilt about
Yeah.
that. Like it's beautiful.
No, we've seen that. I've seen that
Yeah.
on your Instagram and stuff that you've been out traveling the wilderness.
Traveling
So,
the country, man. Like
Yeah.
just
Where
on
have you
my
been going?
bike, I've been going up the Wicklow Mountains on the bike. Like I
Yeah.
had this mad idea one day because I got used to cycling out of town.
Yeah.
I was doing that cycle and it was only taking me an hour. So I said if I go an hour the other direction, I'll be up in the mountains.
right.
So I'll often go up to the
Spill a bit of tea.
Yeah, a bit of tea in the jacket there, but it's alright. I'll often get the tent and I'll bring the tent up and a little bag of goodies and I'll just
Yeah.
go sit up in the mountains then
Right.
for like a couple of hours, write some music up there.
Sweet.
And there's a mad spot, man, with a lake, yeah. It's called Lawriii.
Lawriii.
Yeah.
Heard of it.
And it's
Haven't been up
beautiful.
yet.
Like you go up that way and it's a little pit stop, so you get to kind of, if the weather's nice, just hop into the lake for a few minutes.
Sweet.
I can't swim though.
Okay.
So like I have to just float there and maybe dip my head in and paddle my feet. I'd be too afraid to go in too far because I remember last year or 2 years ago when I was in Barcelona I nearly
Yeah.
drowned, man. Like full on nearly drowned. I got into the water and I forgot how to swim. And
Oh my God.
I was like poking my head above the water. Like.
So the overall experience has been so far so good.
I've had an amazing couple of months with
Yeah.
this COVID stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think it's really been a chance for people to get real with themselves in a way, like because you're spending so much time alone, and it's a real good opportunity to kind of just dive into yourself and to do all the things that you might have always wanted to do personally, but maybe you never had the chance to do it. So I think it's been a good time for that.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, like it's been telling. I think people are either coming out of this two ways. They're either better people from it all, or else they might have struggled through the whole thing as well.
Yeah.
Which I'd have to assume is common enough as well, because
100%. Yeah.
for a lot of people it was like the first experience they had of just being stuck in and
Yeah.
isolated, and that can be uncomfortable for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
shouldn't be,
Shouldn't be.
because we're all sound and
No.
you know,
And creativity wise.
off the charts.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I made a pact with myself a while ago, is that I wanted to open up my heart more in the music and make and produce and create things that are just more heartfelt, because I felt like I wasn't doing that enough. My heart felt like I had a lot to say and I wasn't spitting it, I wasn't getting it out there. So the last couple of months it's been a lot of like soul diving in and just flowing as much as I can with the vibration that's in my heart, which is love. And love has been a kind of a theme of the creativity process that I've been on. It's all been based around that, because it's new for me, man. Like I'm used to just getting onto the mic and spitting mad bars and just coming for the throne and talking me shit, like. So it's been nice to kind of develop the softer side of things, and just nurture and nourish that, because it needs to be done, like.
Yeah.
And I must say I've made like about 20 tracks, I'd say,
Brilliant.
over the whole of the lockdown.
Brilliant.
Yeah, flat to the man.
Brilliant.
I got G up in the studio just making beats every day, so
Yes. Another Bray man.
another bright legend.
Yeah.
And like I wake up and the chap's got about 20 beats
Brilliant.
on, and it's like, send them over to me, boss.
And you originally started out together years ago
Yeah, he's my day
with
one.
the front runners.
Yeah, front runner gang.
Yeah. There was a few of yous.
There was about four of us,
Yeah.
4 or 5 of us, yeah, in total.
And that was kind of one of the first initial like hip hop groups within Bray that I know of anyway.
Bray, definitely within Bray.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody even in Wicklow who was spitting raps, like, even back then. There was a bit of a scene out in Dublin, but
Yeah.
there was nobody doing it around here.
Yeah.
Nobody at all, which is funny because you see how much like hip hop and rap culture now
Exactly.
has influenced people.
Well, Ireland, the youth in Ireland is it's the most influenced by hip hop. I think if you look over all like the headlines of music festivals and stuff, most
exactly.
of the major ones have all been hip hop acts.
You look at
over the past few
Longitude,
years.
like Longitude's just a rap festival
Yeah.
now. And I'd say it is, it's tied up there with like just heavy dance music and all,
Exactly,
and techno
yeah.
music, but
Yeah, it's a
um,
bit of a mad one. But as well as that, the kind of surge and like everything, like it kind of blew up then over the last few years with hip hop in Ireland.
it has,
Yeah.
because it's become more popular.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Whereas back in the day, you might have looked at someone rapping and said, "Oh, that's amazing, like, I'm going to support and follow this guy." Nowadays, it's like you look at someone rapping and you say, "Oh, that's amazing, I'm going to do that."
Yeah.
And other people are just getting involved and they're writing raps down on pages and sheets, and I think it's only inspiring others to write down what it is they have to say, which is good. You want that, because it's consistent growth then that way. But it's been nice, I'd say, over the last 2 years, like, it's just boomed, like, the interest in rap and hip-hop, and I think in particular because we actually have a story to tell over here. You know, we actually have something unique that we can put on the mic and we can get that out there. So the whole USP of being a rapper in Ireland is being Irish. You know, it's for me anyway, that's always been my main goal, is to try to just completely what's the word I'm looking for, you know, like, take in everything it means to be Irish and embody that, and
the originality, and
get
that's a
that
big
down.
thing that influences a lot of the music today as
Big-
well, isn't it?
big things.
So it's I think the accent was a big thing there a while back in a lot of forums, and it was the discussion what it means to be Irish and Irish hip hop, and I think that can relate to a lot of things now today with all the Black Lives Matter stuff going on and all that kind of stuff.
Yes,
But I think when you dive into it and using the accent, what's your thoughts on that? You're actually saying your name has popped up as about someone who uses the accent well, but I don't think that's something about using the accent. I think that's just growing into your own accent
exactly.
because of the influence of.
That's it, exactly. Like, it's like I'm more influenced by myself than I am by anyone else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to my music flat to the mat.
Yeah.
So in that, then I found my own voice, and I feel comfortable rapping and spitting in my own voice. And I don't think we should be, or people should be, too caught up on the whole accent thing. You know, that's the beauty of music. You've got options. If you don't like the accent, just don't listen to it, and go listen to something that you'd like to enjoy. Because I've heard, like, it's been a big discussion in the scene and stuff, but it just hasn't been something I invested into. I didn't want to get involved in it. Like, it's like, I don't care too much. You know, rap whatever way you want to rap, as long as you're comfy in it.
Exactly.
It's good, and over time you'll only become realer with yourself, and you'll feel more confident in rapping in your own voice and your own kind of native tone.
Yeah.
But it's simple, mate. If you don't like 100%. The way someone's rapping, don't listen to it.
Exactly.
You know, there's thousands and thousands of different artists out there that you could be listening to. You don't need to criticise someone just because you mightn't necessarily like how it is they're rapping.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing. Like, people are just overly critical of things more so. It's like, just let it be, let it grow, let it develop, and as I said, if you don't like it, just don't listen to it.
It is a mad one. In terms of gigs, there's obviously been a break for a while.
Silence.
Yeah. The last one you would have played would have been very late last year, wasn't it?
It was the Whelan's gig, bro.
Whelan's gig,
that was November, I think it was, late November.
Brilliant gig.
Good crack, wasn't it?
Great crack.
Good crack, alright, it was
the
like,
place was just...
It was like Bray on tour.
Exactly.
It really was, like, you had the Bray chants going and all. And
how have you been finding not playing any recent gigs?
There's obviously a bit in me that wants to it's just there's an urge to do the gigs, and there really is. Like, there's just that ability to go out and express myself. I'm missing that, bro. I really am. Like, there's something about getting up on stage and just expressing yourself in such a manner that you have everyone else around bopping as well, and it's just like a gathering of expression. And you know, if you're not expressing, you're suppressing. So we need to express ourselves as humans naturally. But like, I've been finding it good because it's giving me a chance to just tap in and hone into the whole creative process. And it's been nice to be able to have tunnel vision on that, because I find sometimes when I have gigs coming up, I'm kind of torn between making new music or putting in practice hours for the gig and trying to rehearse and all. It kind of messes with the creative process, just for me anyway. You know, when I'm thinking of things, it's in the box, and until that box is closed, I'm not going to think of anything else. So if I have a gig coming up, I'm just constantly thinking of the gig or what I have to do for that. So it's been a free time, bro, you know. Like, it's
just working on the craft.
really, and loving it again, you know. get falling in love
Yeah.
with my own music again has been a beautiful experience, and that's what I mean. It's like what I opened up with, talking about how I wanted the music to be more heartfelt and just more kind of resonating with what I'm feeling in my heart, which is just love for everything, and that's a beautiful place to be at. So I want that to correlate with the music I'm putting out as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I have been doing, and I don't think I would have had the chance to tap into it as much had there been gigs and stuff going on in the meantime.
Yeah.
So
It gives you a bit of time to reflect.
yeah, it's been great, like
Love it.
just looking at it all and assessing it all, and
Yeah.
then just enjoying it, like going out and
Brilliant.
making music every day and just vibing with myself.
Yeah.
Like it's
And then
It's
you'll
fun.
come at them with an arsenal when it's
oh yeah,
time to go.
there's big things
Yeah.
on the way, bro. Like just as I said, we've been putting out, or we've been just putting in the hours, making so much music, and it's been so enjoyable. And I'm at that place now where I'm like, right, it's time to start dropping. It's time to start putting stuff out, or at least planning to put stuff out. Because to tell you that I haven't put any thought or plans into releases lately.
Yeah.
Just been too engulfed with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But now I think it's time to start thinking about that and plotting that. So I think this year there'll definitely be a couple of projects out before the end of the year, and then I will be working on an album too in the meantime. So that'll be out soon as well. I think going forward, I just want to keep dropping albums, keep dropping little mixtapes, keep just dropping them. Don't even need promotion, bro. Just put them out there and get them out there. That's going to be the goal, at least for 2021, I'd say. Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, it's good.
So there's a plan ahead. Maybe that helps a lot as well with what's going on, is creating that plan.
That's
having
it.
that creativity and expressing yourself through your music, keep on writing, and then
Yeah,
obviously look at a goal then and have a goal set.
because it's all linking up into the one thing now.
100%,
You know,
yeah.
it doesn't feel like I have to go do this and then I have to go
Exactly.
do that. It's like I'm doing it all at once, and collectively that feels good.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm full.
Doesn't
power
feel like
up here.
work.
Doesn't at all.
Brilliant.
It's pure crack, man. It really is pure crack, and I think as an artist, like I fell into that trap of trying to just run everything, do everything, be that independent guy.
100%.
And it took me away from the whole craft, bro. It did. Like
no one man's an island. It's good to have a foundation.
fact,
Yeah.
and I've got a solid foundation with me.
Yeah.
You know,
Brilliant.
good group of day ones, good group of boys that have
Brilliant,
just
yeah.
been there from the start. So I want to uplift them lads and
Brilliant.
bring them on. You know,
And speaking of albums, last one that was brought out was last year's Struggle.
last year
You had a new release recently though, Like It's
like it's
Free,
free, yeah,
which is a tune.
belter.
All can be found on Spotify.
All of it up on Spotify, yeah,
The set you played there,
yeah.
few
yeah.
older tunes in it.
Yeah, more vibers.
Yeah,
you know,
more vibers, nice mellow.
vibers.
Brings it back to the old school Lawriii Craic,
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago kind of stuff.
Back when I was mad
Yeah.
out of mushies and all that,
Yeah.
but like it was it was good. I think
Yeah.
just picking that set in particular today, like, because I feel like on the last year's Struggle, that album was literally
Yeah.
about me defining me to myself and
Yeah.
saying to myself, you know what, I'm done with all this struggling
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah,
There's no point in it anymore. I've struggled
100%.
enough in a lifetime for
Yeah.
a lifetime, and now it's time to just start celebrating
Yeah.
and appreciating life. So that's what the intentions of that album were.
Brilliant.
So a lot of the tracks on that album are very heavy. They're very kind of energy based, and there's bars and there's real flows. in
Yeah.
it. But with the set that I did just there,
Mm.
I think it's a lot more connected just to my soul. Like, it's connected to the part of me that's
yeah,
uplifting, the part of me that wants to just make vibers, songs that people can just groove to and enjoy. So I felt that kind of it suited the
Yeah,
tone and the setting
100%.
that we were going with today.
one of my favourite tracks is Facts.
Yeah,
There's a lot of personal meaning behind that one though as well, isn't there? It's a I think it's one of my favourite ones, not only because it's so like nice compositionally and
yeah,
it's a beautiful piece, but in terms of like, because I know you so well, I can understand the hidden meanings behind it and stuff like that as well. So that's probably one of my favourite tracks because of that.
That's
But
beautiful.
like, that's from, when did that come out? About 3 or 4 years ago.
easily, yeah, 3 or 4
Yeah.
years ago, yeah. Like that track as well, like I love that track myself. It's one of my just the favourite ones I've ever done. Mainly because what it's about, like, it's like, you know, I haven't seen the clouds in the world.
Yeah,
You know, there's lemon water
Yeah.
in your raindrops, which is
Yeah.
like they're charging me up. I don't feel like the clouds are heavy. I don't feel like
Yeah.
the rain's a burden. It's
yeah,
and it's like people have been running around thinking like nobody got love for them, and that's a problem because there's plenty of love out there, but that mindset isn't going to attract any love into your life. So I remember when I was writing it, like I was really deep into that, and I was like, you know, we've been running around ducking out the sound saying nobody got love for me. It's like, don't be saying that. You need to be saying everybody got love for us, because there's so much out there. And I remember that was just a realisation for myself personally when I did make the track. It was that maybe I too was guilty. I weren't running around saying that and talking like that, but it comes with it all, doesn't it? That's why I make the music, because I'm trying to progress as a human as well as make art and just make nice things. So it's good. 100%. It's good coming from you hearing that as well, because it's like, he gets it.
I get it.
You know,
I
he
get
understands it.
So that was brilliant. Where can people find you?
I suppose Instagram, Spotify, YouTube.
All the classics.
I might make a Twitter soon. Depending on how I'm feeling. I don't know.
See how it goes.
It goes is right. But I think I'd be dangerous on Twitter. I'd be absolutely dangerous on Twitter. I'd be sticking
I'd probably steer clear.
There's too many opinions up there.
No, that was beautiful. I'm delighted with that.
You happy?
So brilliant. So thanks very much for coming down.
You're very welcome. Anytime.
Thanks very much to the Wild Goose for having us. We'll be back with more of this sort of thing. It's great to see all these artists around Bray, and it's great to catch up with them like ourselves. So stay tuned for the rest to come, and
Yo.